NASA, go 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 NASA. If you hold your own, then go NASA, yeah.
Stop scrolling, stop scrolling, stop scrolling.
Because, ladies and gentlemen, Handicap and Chill podcast has a special show for you today. Shout out to the Rocksteady Media Network. Shout out to my brother Michael 57. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm great, man. Can't be better, man. I woke up this morning.
Yeah. We woke up, so every day we wake up, we blessed. If y'all don't know, I'm the coolest dude in the wheelchair, ruling life NASA, one half of the Handicap and Chill podcast. But today, we wanted to do something different. We wanted to have a special show so we can bring awareness to the handicap community, so we can bring awareness to everybody that's watching, so we can bring awareness to people who might be watching this on YouTube. Today, we're going to talk about a special situation or a special, let's say, a special nonprofit organization that my brother Michael 57 is a part of called X. And I'm just gonna sit back and let my brother, talk a little bit about it, and I'm gonna have a few questions. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, thank you. I'm a board member for a nonprofit organization called ACT, which stands for Advocating Change Together. And ACT is a nationwide program that promotes and develops leadership skills for people that's a part of the disability community. The mission is to eliminate ableism and promote inclusion. So we do that with our Disability Pride Festival, where we have uh, businesses in the community come out and support and show their love. Motivational speakers come out. Um, Influencers in the disability community come out and speak and tell you their story. We just here to inspire and bring some unity and be one and fill up spaces. Be people in disability. We need to be in all spaces because we can do any and everything that we want to do. At ACT, we also have a advocacy conference every year, and we have peer-led programs that help people get confidence and learn how to speak up for themselves and just live an independent, full life.
Okay, so here I have a question. So you say act is one of the reasons act is here is to help bring unity into the handicap community and per se like able-bodied community too. Like, do you feel like it's like a disconnect between able-bodied people and disabled people?
I think sometimes it is. I think a lot of times able-bodied people or people with no type of disability, mental or physical. I think they assume a lot of things and have a lot of assumptions because they don't know anyone with a disability. So they might feel, oh, he can't live alone. He can't have a job. He can't have a relationship. He can't be a good friend because nobody wants to be bothered with whatever his disability is or whatever the case. And representation is important. Just like with race, you need to see someone who looks like you to believe you can do it a lot of times. So that's why I try to do so many things and put my try my hand at a lot of different things because I want another disabled person to see me and be like, wow, I can do that too. I remember recently I walked in where I rode in Target and I seen a billboard of a kid um on a walker. He was African American and he wore glasses. And that was me when I was a kid. I wore glasses, um, disability. I had my walker, and I'm African American. And I didn't see those images when I was a kid when I walked in stores. But now kids growing up in this generation can, and I think that's very vital.
So you said that you have the Pride Festival, you do the conferences. Now, when you now this Pride Festival, like, so what's some things that you can do at the Pride Festival that might catch people's eye?
Okay, at the Pride Festival, um, last year it was a disabled aerobics instructor. He was there, and that probably surprised people. Like, oh, he got a disability, but she also does exercise classes. Yes, that was great. We have it was a great. It's a great motivational speaker by the name of Stanrika. She's No Limit 88 on TikTok, I think. Um, he's a great advocate for the disability community. She's Liberian. It's a big Liberian base in Minnesota, and he was also recently featured in People magazine. It's at the Pride Festival. It's a lot of businesses there and vendors there to tell you about their products because there's other organizations in the disability community that do a great job, like Gillette Hospital. It's a children's hospital. I actually had a surgery there when I was a child myself, so they were there. So they just there to give out information and let you know what's going on with them and how they can help you in every which way.
I think that because I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I think everybody that had a disability, I think everybody that had a disability has some kind of experience with Children's Hospital. Like I'm not going with you because Children's Hospital was at the hospital where it's just like we talk about the disabled community. It just everybody at Children's Hospital was disabled. So you had people that were disabled just like you, just different stages and in different places in their life. So I think everybody from one like for 1 second, I think we gotta give so much praise and appreciation to Children's Hospital because that's one of the places besides where I work, called Positive Vibe Cafe. It's one of the places where you actually feel like you're a part of the community. You know what I mean? You actually feel
Yeah.
like we brothers and we sisters. And it doesn't matter the race. It doesn't matter what kind of disability you have. Um, we all one. Let me ask you something because I wanted to know this for a while. I never got around to tell you, um, or ask you what made you want to be a part of X.
Um, I actually got introduced to it by a guy named Prince Cole. We actually knew each other previously from the barbershop. We used to go to the same barbershop. And then we just started talking one day and he introduced me to ACT. Him and his wife Agnes, they have a organization called Disability Motivation Network where they kind of building a clinic in Liberia where they're from for disabled children. So they're already doing that work in Liberia. They're also doing great work here in Minnesota where I live, and they partner with ACT. And Prince said, "Yeah, you got to meet Jennifer. She's the executive director of ACT, an amazing person." And they just doing a lot of great things. You got to come in and meet them and maybe come to the conference. And that's what I did. After the conference, after the leadership conference, I got my leadership certificate. And then they asked me, did I want to be on the board for ACT? And of course, I said yes. And as of it's probably about 2 weeks now, I'm a part of ACT's social media team. So it's part of my job to help get the word out there about ACT as a nonprofit organization and let people know all the great things that we have going on for the present and the near future.
With you being my friend, with you being my best friend and my brother, I could honestly tell you, you being a part of the team on some social media type of situation. I think that's good for you because you always out and you always moving. So I think they picked the right candidate for the team. Let me ask you this, right? So is ACT just in Minnesota, or can it be other states too?
No, actors. It's just in Minnesota. It's a nationwide program uh run for right now. So we don't. We we're not. I'm in the Twin Cities, Minneapolis,
Okay.
St. Paul area, but it's also we also got branches in Duluth, and it's like six different branches that cover all of Minnesota. Duluth, St. Cloud, other cities. Yeah, so we have a pretty good reach nationwide.
So all right. So say somebody watched this episode on Rocksteady Media Network on YouTube. Say somebody watched the Handicap and Chill podcast or watch this episode tomorrow, right? And they're in North Carolina. They go, oh, this act organization, this. I think I like this. I want to know more about it. Can they find a way to be a part of ACT even though they're in a different state?
Um, we do have stuff like the coffee chat where you just get together and talk, and it's a Zoom link for that, and we also have a book club, and it's a Zoom link for that. So I'm pretty sure in events where we have Zoom links and stuff that anybody can join, but I will check on that. But for those who want more information, they can go to selfadvocacy.org. That's selfadvocacy.org, and you can get on the email list and see all the events and everything we have going on and what's coming up.
So obviously they felt like you was a great candidate for the ACT program and the organization. What do you think you'll bring to the organization now that you are a part of the board?
I think I'm just gonna bring my honest opinion and my point of view and I say my swagger. You know, I still like to go out, have fun. I might be in some spaces that you don't expect me in, like say a bar or modeling or doing music. And I think that's important and cool because representation is important, you know? So I
Hmm.
think representation is important across the board. Um, I'm an entrepreneur, so I think it's just me, I'm just me, and it's only one me. But somebody might see me and be like, "Oh, I like some of the things he likes," and they might relate to me. So I think the more advocates you have, the better, because maybe someone with a disability uh, meet me, but they won't feel a connection, but they might meet my friend Nikki, who's a female that's in a wheelchair who's on the city council for Maplewood, Minnesota. They might have a connection to her. Maybe they have a dream of getting into politics one day. So I just think the more the merrier when it comes to advocacy in the disability community.
So, okay, I got two questions for you. All right, let me start with this question first. You're a motivational speaker. You're more outspoken. You know what I'm saying? You're not afraid to go outside and be amongst the people and talk to the people. So, what? How can somebody that's not able to, I'm not going to say articulate, but they might not be, well spoken like you. They might be shy. They might just like to do things in the background. You know what I'm saying? They might, like me. I'm a background person. I do like to be outside. I do like to talk. As you can see, that's why we got this podcast. But if somebody just wants to like they want to be a part of the movement, they want to be a part of the organization, but they're just not talkers. They don't do motivational speaking or nothing like that. They rather play the background. Do y'all have opportunities for people like that too?
Um, this is just my opinion. It's a lot of things you can do. Um, you can um you can just write stuff on social media. It doesn't have to be a video. You can sometimes it's laws that come up that will affect the disability community. And if it's some laws like that that'll affect you, you can write your councilmen or women, you know, and stay anonymous. You can just maybe you can help like start a Facebook group online, you know, and get build a community there, and you guys can talk about your day and the ups and downs of having a disability, and when you have a hard day you can have somebody to talk to. It's a You can start a list of you don't even have to start your own group. You can find a list of support groups online and maybe give that give that list to people and spread the word. I'm speaking of support group. It's I'm part of a support group that I help run with Prince and Agnes of the Disability Motivational Network, and that is this Saturday at the I think it's the Northtown Library, but I'll share it on my page. If anyone has questions, they can contact me. It's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We will serve food at noon.
So
And,
tell the people where they can contact you, just in case they watch this episode and they say, this sounds interesting. I might want to see what this is about. So tell people
um,
where they can contact you real quick.
okay, you can contact me at I'm on TikTok. I am Michael57. Instagram. What's my Michael57 underscore. Facebook is Michael Watson. Um, at the website is selfadvocacy.org. We also have a GoFundMe because we always need more funding for all the events and stuff we put on because it's usually free or we have to pay people to for the conferences sometime and a lot of other things we have going on. So we always need money, and we do get some funding, but because of the this administration that we currently have, um, we may not get as many grants as we usually do. So we need help from the community in Minnesota and worldwide. I'll try to put the GoFundMe link in the comments and in the caption. Well,
So
yeah.
go ahead.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, it's every dollar counts, every penny counts. Anything you can donate if possible will be greatly appreciated.
So if people don't know, Michael 57, he's a model, he's an artist, he's now part of ACT. So I'm one of the people because he's my brother. I'm one of the people who follow his social medias and so much follow his career. Um, I think last week or the week before that, you was at a you was at an ACT event where you're the public speaker. Can you tell us? Can you tell the people about that?
Yeah, it was actually at the University of Minnesota, the big university here, and I was just part of a panel um talking about ACT and people with developmental disabilities, and we were talking to students that I think was going to school to be social workers, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it was an amazing experience, and we just talked to the students, and gave them my life story, answered questions, and it was very informative.
Right. Okay, that's fire. All right, now let me say this. Shout out to Rocksteady Media Network because for people who don't know, the owner of Rocksteady Media Network, he has a disability too. So so I feel like I'm speaking for him. I'm speaking for everybody with a disability, bro. And what I'm about to ask you is like, so I had a conversation with a few of my friends, you, people at Rocksteady Media Network, and I was talking about possibly living on my own because right now I don't live on my own, which is nothing wrong with that. Anybody who's not living on their own or they living with their people or they living with their friends, that's all good. You know, it's hard out here. Um, can acts help people who might be looking for places to live or might have some issues with handling life and with a disability, but they just don't know who to reach out to. Can ACT be the people that they reach out to?
Yeah, I can help you find the right people. So like can help you like talk to your case manager or find the right people you need to go about that process. So they can, because of the experience with ACT and being so ingrained in the disability community, um we can usually lead you in the right direction when it comes to things like that, or getting help with your transportation setup, or if you're having an issue with your guardian or anything like that. We can usually assist in some kind of way with things like that.
Can you assist people with Can you assist people with jobs? Now, the reason why I asked this question, right, is because me, me having a disability, I have cerebral palsy. For those who don't know, but I had a job in 2005 all the way to 2019 when COVID hit. When COVID hit, it hit everybody kind of hard and came in strong. But I know that I had like a counselor who helped me get the job in 2005. I had a job for like 16 years. So does I just want to know, does acts, can it help put you in a direction to help you find a job or something like that?
Yeah, well, um, we have a lot of resources and a big network, and a lot of those like organizations that will help with that. They're at the Disability Pride Fest. I know for Minnesota we have a company called Rise, where they come and take you to your work site and help you with transportation, help you find a job, and they also have job coaches for those that need extra assistance on the job. So yes, um, ACT can help with those things just because we're so connected with the disability community in Minnesota. That's why I say almost anything that you would need some aid or support with, we can probably guide you in the right direction.
Right. And that I think that's I wanted to ask you that question because I think it's important to let people who are watching this show to educate them and to let people know of the disabled community who sit at home or who sit back and say, I don't know who can help me, because some people with disabilities, they go through a struggle. They're not blessed as me or blesses you or blesses like anybody from the network. So I wanted to bring that to their attention. Let me ask you. So when you do the public speaking, tell people more about that. Like tell the process. Like do you do you think about it right then and there, or you telling your life story? So it's, what I'm saying, it's just all off muscle memory. Like how is the scene there? Do you get nervous? What like?
Yeah. To be honest, um, most of the motivational speaking gigs I got, um, so far has just been word of mouth. Somebody either one time I performed a song at an open mic called Dream. It's a tribute that I made to my mom, and it's about the things she instilled in me and how she taught me to how to be strong and live life to the fullest and always believe in myself. A pastor heard that song and asked me to come perform it at his church, and I also spoke to the church. Um, it's like I'm affiliated with ACT now, so that has more opportunity for speaking engagements because of ACT. I was asked to be on the news and talk about ACT with the director, Jennifer, on our local news. That was a great experience. Like I was on TV. It was so cool to be in the green room watching the news while at the news station. You know, that's a memory I won't forget. So some people see me on social media. Some people see me on social media and say, "Hey, you're an inspiration to me. Keep going. Travel for those who can't travel. I love your content." So even if I'm just speaking into the camera, giving motivation, I feel that's me being a motivational speaker. Also, no matter the no matter the avenue I use to get the message out.
You you told many stories um on this podcast and probably other podcasts about your mother and how your mother instilled a lot of greatness in you with a lot of key points and values that you take on that you take now. So do you think that that's one reason why you wanted to step up and say I want to be a part of acting? Do you know for a fact that your mom will be proud of you because of this?
Oh yeah, I know for a fact. I came a long way. When I was younger, um, I was timid. I used to didn't always speak up for myself. And
Hmm.
she used to be she was my very first advocate, my mother. Um, but she used to always say, Michael, you gotta speak up. I'm not always gonna be here. One day you're gonna have to do this. And I used to be afraid, but as I got older, and he kept bringing me in public. She said, because we knew some people with disabilities. Just at my school, they had a section of the school for disabilities, and then the rest of the school was like for everyone else. Now, I did have I do have a physical disability, so I was in the disability department or a special ed department for like physical therapy and stuff. But then I'll go up and do all the standard classes. But we used to see certain kids and like their parents didn't really take them out much or do much with them. And my mom just said, that's not going to be us. She said, anytime I go somewhere, you're going to. So because of that, me being in public, I just got used to being in public. Eventually, I had to talk to people because I was always coming in contact with people, or I might see kids that stare at me. So I kind of had to get used to that. It's not a good feeling, but if you got to choose between kids staring at you or you just stay in the house or do anything, I'm gonna choose kids staring at me. Um, this wasn't always the case, but as I got older, I learned not to take it personal because children are just curious and they don't know. I remember one time I was about 8 years old, maybe 10, and this kid looked about the same age as me. And I was walking with my mom, and he said, "Hey, what's wrong with you?" And I got upset, and I said, "Nothing. What's wrong with you?" And then after that interaction, my mom pulled me to the side and said, "Hey, Michael, next time, I know it doesn't feel good for people to ask those questions or stare, but maybe just answer the question because he's just a kid and he don't know. He's curious. And that taught me that if I if a kid stares at me and asks me a question and then I tell him, oh, I have cerebral palsy, that's why I'm in a wheelchair, then next time they see somebody in a wheelchair, they can say, oh, he's okay, he's cool, and maybe they can educate their friends, and then the education keeps on getting passed down. So I try to, as long as people are respectful, I just try to educate. Usually people don't have malice in their heart when they ask you questions. Because even me, I ask people questions just because I'm just a curious person that wants to learn too. So as I got older, I really understood that, and that's just how I choose to navigate life.
Well, bro, you ain't gotta listen, bro. I understand, bro, because I ask questions for nothing. Like when somebody want me to go somewhere, hey, who gonna be there?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, oh, he gonna be there. Oh, I'm not going. Oh, what
Yeah.
time we getting back? Cause I
Yeah.
don't like, cause I don't like spending the night at nobody's crib.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hey, what time we getting back? Oh, oh, we gotta spend the night. Oh no, I'm not going, bro. Um,
Yeah.
hey, listen, bro.
People know.
I know this is short notice, so I'm gonna ask you like one or two more questions and we up out of here, bro. Um, you being a part of that. When it's all said and done, what kind of impact and what kind of mark are you trying to leave on the organization and the handicap community?
I just want people to know that, man. Yes, I try to be positive no matter what life throws at me. Um, I always speak up, not to be silent. The thing I don't like about silence is when someone's silent, you don't know how they feel about the issue. You don't know if they agree, disagree, or if they just don't want to say anything because they're afraid of the backlash. And silence leads people to guess. I don't want people to guess. I want them to know where I stand on things and how I feel and who I am as a person, human, man, a black person, and somebody with a disability.
Right. That's powerful right there. You know, on this podcast and on Rock City Media Network, we speak so much about the handicap community. We say we handicapable. Um, I just want to know before we get up out of here, like from your perspective, how do you view like the handicap community or the disabled community? Do you think we're getting do you think we're getting better as far as like we're getting out there more, we're letting our voices be heard more, or do you think it's still more work that needs to be done? Or do you even think that sometimes we might judge our own community because people think that because we all got a disability or we're all in a wheelchair or you may see a lot of people walking with crutches that we're all the same.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I think we have come far in the disability community. I remember when uh, I'm an '80s baby. I'm born in '82. I remember when it wasn't.
You old?
Yeah, yeah, right, right. I remember when it wasn't handicap buttons on the door. That was rare. It wasn't so many accessible restrooms. Um, I got a friend named Linda Hood that I met at ACT, and she's also a wheelchair user, and she fought to have adult changing stations in public restrooms because they got them for kids, but they don't have them for adults. And the last time I was at the airport here, I saw one of those adult changing stations in the restroom, and that's all because of a lady named Linda Hood. So I think we are making strides. Of course, there's always things we can. There's always more and things that can be done better. Sometimes I've been to places where, yeah, they have a elevator, but the hallway is so narrow or so many stuff in the way, it's hard to get to the elevator, or it is an accessible uh restroom technically, but the stall is probably really too small for some wheelchairs. So it's accessible, but it could be more accessible. Um, I've been to places where sometimes they still don't have a handicap button, or it might be on certain doors, but it's not on every door. So we still got representation is getting better. I have, like I told you, Target does a great job of finding disabled models and putting them on billboards and on their website. I'm living proof. I've seen other disabled people. Um, like I told you, my friend Nikki, she has a disability and she's also a city councilwoman. So that's representation. Her husband has a nonprofit. So yeah, people in the disability community are doing amazing things. What's that? It's an actor that's in a wheelchair because he had a motorcycle accident in like '92. But I think his first name is I think his name is Daryl Mitchell. And he was in the House Party movie and some other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He got into a, yeah. He was in a house party movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got into a motorcycle accident.
yeah,
He's still like yeah. He's been doing other like little acting gigs.
yeah. He's been acting for a long time, and I think it's a woman named Lola who's a wheelchair user, and I think she was in a series on Showtime. So, man, representation is important. I think you're starting to see more disabled people just out in the world. So I think that's good. That's an improvement. Of course, we can always do more. So I'm working, you're working. We had this podcast together. Um, we're all working together and making strides.
Yeah, what one thing I think that people need to work on, especially in different states, is making homes like apartments and stuff like that, and certain homes more handicap accessible. Because where I live, we're starting to get newer apartments. You know what I'm saying? But it's still old apartments where
Right.
it's like they're not accessible and like the bathrooms are small and so like that's one reason why I don't really like to go to other people's cribs
Yeah, yeah.
because the bathrooms be so small and it's just like I ain't gonna lie, I need help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I don't like asking people to help me to the bathroom sometimes
Right.
unless I really know that person because it's embarrassing.
Right, right.
So
It's a very private, intimate thing, you know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Before we get up out of here, let me ask you this question. For somebody who is watching this podcast today, they yesterday they were struggling. They're handicapped just like us. They got a disability just like we do. Um, they were frustrated and they were listening to this podcast and they were listening to your story. They were listening to you talk about acts and they wanted to hear some motivational, inspirational words from somebody that's just like them. What do you think you would tell them? What do you think you can leave them with before you get off this show?
I just say, you woke up this morning, you have another day. I pray you find solace in that. Um, if it's something you love to do, please do it. Um, if accommodations need to be made, try to find those accommodations and be part of whatever you want to do. Do it. If you like to draw, draw. If you like to talk, talk. If you like music, play music. Try to go on. It's a lot of groups on Facebook for anything. It's a lot of disability groups on Facebook, a whole lot. So just look in the search bar, um, put in disability group and put your state. I'm pretty sure it'll be a disability group in your state, or just it doesn't even have to be in your state. I met me and this guy, Rule Life. We don't live in the same state. We never met in person. We met
We
online.
will one day. We will
Yeah,
soon.
we gonna meet one day soon. But we met online and we both wanted to do a podcast. And look at us now. We're like 2 years in podcast. Uh, best friend, man. Good brother, man. And look what has blossomed out of this. Just this friendship from two people in different states that met online. So you can have this too. Just the internet makes the world smaller, and we're all one. And I will put out a personal invite if you want to talk to me. If I can help you in any way, just contact me on any social media platform. I'll be sure to get back. I check my DMs, I check my inbox messages, and anybody I can help, disability or not, I will. Sometimes a lot of people just need a listening ear. And I've been that for a lot of people. Some people just need someone to talk to and let them know they're not alone in this world.
Today, ladies and gentlemen, I know you used to seeing me turned up and talking crazy and going back and forth with my brother, you know what I'm saying? But today I wanted to take a back seat because I felt like my brother's message with ACT and his story and what he's been through was more important. So if I had to say some encouraging words, is no matter what you may be going through, when you feel like you're alone, you're not. It's always somebody here that understands what you're going through and wants to help you and wants to be there for you. Just like my brother with his organization that he's a part of with ACT. So what I'm basically trying to say is no matter what you go through, just keep going because my Kel 57 is opening a door for the disabled community. I'm opening a door for the disabled community. Rocksteady Media Network, we're opening doors. They're opening doors for the disabled community. So all it takes is one step at a time. So what it feels like is hard or nobody's listening, just continue to use your voice. Even if you whisper, just continue to use your voice. With that being said, I'm gonna let my Kel 57 go ahead and say his socials and I'm gonna say my socials. And we out of here, bro.
Okay, first of all, I want to say ACT does have a GoFundMe, so I'll share that link and get that out to you guys. You can also go to selfadvocacy.org. That is ACT's website. You can also donate on the website also. Um, my social media, TikTok, I am Michael57. On Instagram, Michael57 underscore. Facebook, Michael Watson. If you ever need to talk or you want more information, just reach out to me and I'll be sure to get back to you.
You can follow me on TikTok at I am Rule Life NASA, Facebook Rule Life NASA, Instagram Rule Life period NASA. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm on Instagram more than anything. So Rule Life period NASA. You can follow me at Threads at Rule Life period NASA. Like he said, if you ever want to reach out to Michael 57 or reach out to me, I'll try to help you the best way I can, but Michael's got more experience as far as the act situation. So I'm gonna direct him. I'm gonna direct you to him. But I just wanted to say, hey, this has been a great show, and y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us to hear this powerful message that needed to be heard, and the message had to be sent by the right person. And I felt like Michael 57 was the right person for the job, so that's why we had to do this show. We'll be back again. We'll be back next week. Peace.